Hello everyone, I'm Vikramaditya. Welcome to JH SOFTECH. In this session, we're going to discuss about the 2023 release highlights of SAP S4HANA Cloud and Private Edition. 2023 release delivers nearly 1500 plus new and uh, update items. So this includes applications, APIs, functionality, and extensibility. So, but we are going to focus on a few of the prime areas. The SAP S4HANA Research and Development by SAP S4HANA Sourcing and Procurement. We're going to focus on supply, wherein we are going to discuss more in detail about the SAP S4HANA supply chain. Then we have got the make, where we have the SAP S4HANA manufacturing, sell, where we have the SAP S4HANA sales, maintain, SAP S4HANA asset management, service, where we discussing about the SAP S4HANA service, finance, SAP S4HANA finance, user experience and collaboration, and we are going to learn a few more things. Business and public organizations around the world deal with all kinds of substances. Some can be toxic to humans or environment, others may need special handling such as explosives. So you are required to comply with regional, national and international regulations for treating them. Typically with stringent requirements for labels and documentation of different levels in multiple languages. Now, SAP S4HANA provides a set of features to help you effectively and efficiently manage these requirements, such as the phrase management. SAP also delivers new and updated phrases in up to 47 languages, which you can use in the product compliance process. We can also create our own phrases, like company owned phrases. Now with this new feature, you can synchronize your our own phrases to reduce time and effort needed in keeping our phrases up to date. This improved management of phrases helps to avoid extra data maintenance for similar phrases. The company owned phrase information can be used for output and on documents like safety data sheets, labels and reports. Now these kind of information that we are providing, which is specifically for company owned, is something which is a highlight in this research and development area when we are synchronizing the company owned phrases. We also have enable substance volume tracking. We have in the enable substance volume tracking. Now in many countries, regulations for chemical substances require to register or notify the authorities of the maximum volumes of regulated substances that you import to or export to or produce in a country or a region within a certain time period. Substance volume tracking helps you comply with relevant regulations by tracking and monitoring the volumes of these substances. So with the new enable substance volume tracking for compliance requirements application, we can manage the substance volume tracking process for a compliance requirement and business process as well. So we can start initial tracking from the beginning of the current tracking period, enable or disable the tracking process for a period of time as needed. In addition, we can also clear calculated data by compliance requirements or clear all substance volume tracking data, including retracking decisions as well. So we can learn more about the concept, features and setup in the in more in detail in the coming sessions, and we are going to discuss more about that in brief right now. Focus is on buy. So SAP S4HANA sourcing and procurement. We've got this collect carbon footprint data from suppliers in sourcing projects. Now, in addition to the standard request for quotation, that's the request for quotation that we have, RFQ, SAP S4HANA also has a set of features to let us manage complex requirements, complex requests for quotation as sourcing projects. A sourcing project lets us add complex items, milestones, use demand management, and work with supplier lists. So the 2023 release has added many features of complex request for quotation processes known as product sourcing. Among them, you can now request data about the carbon footprint of items from suppliers. You can decide for each item in our sourcing project whether we would like to collect a carbon footprint data for that item, and suppliers can then provide this information in their supplier quotation. Another interesting application called Manage Model Product Specifications. In this app, we can we can go ahead and create and categorize structured sets of related service and material items. Thus, we can group together items that are frequently ordered together to complete a particular task. So then we can use these product specifications as templates to create purchase documents such as purchase contracts. Focus area is on supply, SAP S4HANA supply chain, wherein like we have the greenhouse gas emissions. So this feature enables us to set CO2 emissions parameter for vehicle types. Based on these, the CO2 emissions for road freight orders are calculated during the manual planning and vehicle scheduling and routing optimizations. So this results in reflecting the road freight order and the transport cockpit. The emissions cover a range of gases such as CO2, the carbon dioxide, and CH4, that's methane, and these emissions are measured in CO2 equivalents. On the other interface, the emissions are simply referred to as CO2 emissions, that's carbon dioxide emissions. So the enhanced support for sustainability through enabling of greenhouse gas calculations. Emission parameters can be set based on vehicle types. Emissions for road freight orders are calculated during manual planning and automated vehicle scheduling and resources as well. So an intuitive reporting through freight orders and cockpit to drive insights on sustainability. There is another interesting feature called advanced shipping and receiving in decentral warehouse. Now, this advanced shipping and receiving is a streamlined end-to-end process for transporting and warehousing the products. The advanced shipping and receiving process is based on the freight order in transportation management and doesn't use the transportation unit or the vehicle in extended warehouse management. Now, this advanced shipping and receiving is an end-to-end process for transporting and warehouse products. To run this seamless process, a freight integration is needed between the transportation management, and warehouse management solution. So it is now possible to run this seamless process in the decentral warehouse environments. Intuitive cockpit that provides the warehouse clerk transparency about the transportation related activities, helping drive efficiencies in the process. Now, the next focus is on the make, SAP S4HANA manufacturing. We're going to see evaluate capacity. Now, evaluate capacity is a new application. With it, you can visualize, inspect the capacity situation of work centers within a plant. So we can now group work centers based on work center group and see the utilization of group level. The visualization and analytical capabilities help us to understand and manage the impact of capacity situation for capacity planning. So we have got an enhanced existing applications which are like capacity scheduling table and manage work center capacity as well. Now, the advanced scheduling board application you lets us view various planning objects like planned orders and production orders on resources with dependencies considered. These dependencies include the other planning objects such as purchase requisitions, purchase orders, stock transfer requisitions, and stock transfer orders. Different calendars such as off shift times, down times, and fixed intervals. So within the 2023, the latest release, the ASB, the Advanced Scheduling Board, displays fill level information of storage resources in the resource chart. So the fill level information shows whether the fill level is over the minimum stock level, between max stock and zero, or below zero. So if set fill level to zero is activated in combination with a threshold value before a new product is filled, in the fill level information indicates whether the fill level is below or above the threshold value. Now the alerts features in ASB, that's the Advanced Scheduling Board, has been enhanced to check whether there are issues in the current production schedule, or the system displays all the alerts determined according to the selected alert profile. So these alert profiles are used to define the situations in which the system reports the problem or generates an alert. For each alert profile, you can select the alerts you want to see from a list of relevant predefined alert types. Now, the DS optimizer, the detailed scheduling optimizer, has been integrated with the ASB, that's the Advanced Scheduling Board. Now, this DS optimizer, the detailed scheduling optimizer, can be started interactively within ASB to support the planner with creating a product plan considering constant constraints such as limited capacity or requirement due to dates. Now, our next focus is on sell. The SAP S4HANA sales. We have got a new application for role-based access to price elements. Now, with the role-based access to the priced elements, we have got the setup. We have got the setup in the system to automatically control the access that business users have to price elements of documents on header or item level. This feature affects price elements on user interfaces for these documents. The system controls the access based on our configuration of access levels and our settings for the respective roles. For example, say we refer to we can add a filter, order and contract management, to a to the solution area, and it would be useful for getting other related changes or directly to what's new to the site in the role-based access to the price elements. Suspending product valuation initiated by the refund. Now, during the customer return process, if you decide to refund the customer either with a replacement or a credit memo, by default, the product ownership is transferred from the customer to you, and the system performs the valuation posting. For example, posting the goods received to valuated stock. However, there may be cases where you want to refund the customer but do not want the refund to be interpreted as a transfer of product ownership. before the inspection. So to achieve these things, you can now indicate in the returns order item that you want the system to delay the product valuation for any refund decisions made until the final logistics follow-up activity is confirmed in the inspection. So as a result of this, only the final logistics follow-up activity determines whether the product valuation should be taken place or shouldn't be taken place. Our next focus area is maintain SAP S4HANA asset management, output management. We've got enable automatic attachments for output items application. For the practitioners of enterprise asset management, it is important that the system lets them work with multiple documents efficiently. For example, like shop papers or job cards and so on, in order to get many things done within the limited time available. So in a previous release, SAP introduced the concept of work packs and related applications that enabled us to flexible enable the flexible mass output and printing. With this, we can flexibly group and structure maintenance orders, related documents, and attachments for output and printing purposes. Now, listening to the customer's feedback, we have further improved work pack features. So SAP now introduce automation for attachments and simplified the way in which to deal with them. Object list entries to maintenance items. So now we can assign a list of objects to a maintenance item during the manage maintenance items application. This is another example of features that improve productivity of maintenance teams, and is one that customers have been asking for. So now we can assign these types of technical objects, functional location, equipment, and assembly. The maintenance operations are defined as a maintenance task list in the maintenance item and are associated with all the assigned technical objects using object lists. So the object list items are carried forward as maintenance order object list items. So with this new feature, maintenance planners can, for example, set up proactive maintenance programs so that a relevant set of assets can be maintained efficiently through a single maintenance order on a periodic basis. Our next focus area is the service S4HANA service S4HANA service. The new service with advanced execution is a service process that is geared towards services that have longer service cycles and complex technical objects that require extensive planning and execution. So the core characteristic of this process is the integration of commercial aspects of service with planning and execution capabilities of maintenance management. In addition, with this release, there are the new revenue recognition methods are supported for service with advanced execution, like the recognition of revenue on cost-based percentage of completion, the POC. It allows us to recognize revenue on a cost-based percentage of completion using a plan costs from estimation at completion and plan revenue from billing plan. Recognition at final billing technical completion, it allows you to recognize costs and revenues as occurred when a service order is finally billed or completed before costs and revenues are deferred. Item based accounting and service. So once the salient features of an ERP solution is that business processes of goods and services are reflected directly in the value flows of the organization. That is, real-time integration of logistics and finance by design, right? So SAP S4HANA has been refining this quality and item-based accounting in service in one of the latest additions to a long list of refinements. Now, in this context, the service line of business S4HANA has thus far relied on the internal order generated from a service transaction. So, with the item-based accounting for service transaction items are used directly to record cost and revenue. When you have activated item-based accounting, which happens to be the mandatory for service with the advanced execution, there are a couple of features that are available. So, planned cost and revenue in service orders and repair orders, unplanned items in the service, and we've got unplanned items in the service orders and repair orders as well. Service actuals application, assignment of work breakdown structure elements as attributes to service transactions, event based revenue recognition, contract accounts receivable and payable, sales items in service orders. Now we've got the finance, SAP S4HANA Finance, automated supervision of closing tasks with account balanced validation. So we've got this during the financial close process. We all need to validate data quality to ensure the accuracy, completeness, and compliance of balance sheet and profit and loss accounts. So this new feature called the automated supervision of closing tasks with account balance validation enables us to exactly by letting us easily define and execute account balance validation rules on various financial positions and other dimensions such as the cost object, profit center or segment. Furthermore, we can automate validations by plugging in S4HANA Cloud for advanced financial closing. We got the an application, the S4HANA Cloud for advanced financial closing is an application which is available in the BTP platform. That BTP, that's the SAP Business Technology Platform. Combined with it, validations will be started automatically based on either a fixed date, time, or based on a creation status or predecessor tasks. So, for example, you can run preventive validations prior to a closing task to avoid errors in a closing job. Alternatively, we can run validations after certain closing tasks are performed. So now we can also do milestone validations by adding these rules to our closing task lists. So we can orchestrate our tasks based on the results, gaining further control and improving the quality of our close without adding extra manual. Now we've also got notification option when any of these items fails and needs our attention. We've got an application for predictive liquidity forecast. Now, in predictive liquidity forecast is all about we can. So let's start with SAP S4HANA can record all the transactions related to the cash flow, right? So it records all the transactions related to cash flow. This is great for analyzing what has happened so far, the actuals from accounts payable and receivables, and the other sources within SAP S4HANA. But our business needs a strategic steering. So we need to see into the future. So we can have this capability of plugging into SAP Analytics Cloud, an application in the again the BTP business technology platform. With its powerful predictive capabilities, now we can model liquidity forecast based on the actuals you have in the SAP S4HANA with 2023 release. So they work even closer together now. There are a number of enhancements in the area of cash and liquidity management. And we're going to discuss more in detail about that in a specific focused session on the forecast and the business analytics. Now we've got something called the electronic document consistency check. Now this application basically refers to and is focused on related to the tax. So tax authorities around the world have been continuously increasing the complexity of legal mandates. So in some jurisdictions, if you see, they have been more towards continuous transaction controls. This has led to business having to send business transactional documents before the transactions take place. So in this context, SAP is offering something called SAP Document and Reporting Compliance to enable and automate compliance with the S4HANA in the latest 2023 release. So now SAP have added a set of new applications to check consistency of electronic documents. So these applications help us to verify whether our electronic documents, the e-documents stored in the SAP system are consistent with those stored in the tax authority. And to prevent any compliance issues at period end. Level configuration of product bundles using advanced variant configurations. We can now define and configure subscription product bundles using advanced variant configuration. Now, together with configurable bills of materials, that's a BOM, bill of materials, this enables us to manage complex subscription product structures more efficiently. Tailor these products to fit a specific requirement and accurately represent the desired configuration in a subscription order or solution quotations. Now, when it comes to the collaboration management manager, so we have got collaboration manager is all about like the chat solution. It's a chat solution that is integrated into the SAP Fiori Launchpad, enabling us to accomplish tasks quickly in our business applications. So collaborate with colleagues on activities, create notes, take screenshots, and annotate them directly in the application and share them with your co-workers via chat. So it is an application on SAP, again BTP, the business technology platform, and you can connect it with SAP S4HANA 2023. Integration with Microsoft Teams. Now, this feature lets us to collaborate with co-workers by directly sharing a link to a Fiori application with the Microsoft Teams. Now we can choose either of two ways of sharing, like you can share it as a chat or as a tab. So if you are going to share it as a chat, you can give your co-workers access to a specific state of an SAP Fiori application. For example, so they can easily process any requests you have or tasks that are coming up. As a tab, you can share specific content with a group of co-workers in a Microsoft Teams tab. Now, your team can use the tab conversation option to share ideas, discuss, and collaborate. So, in each section that we have discussed, the focus areas that we have discussed, we have got a broader perspective of what exactly can be done in 2023. These are the few of the focus areas I have picked up and we have picked up. Like we have a lot of other options, innovations as well, which we're going to come up and cover in the coming sessions. So keep looking for the next video sessions, and to subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to like and comment. Now, going forward, we are going to discuss about more of APIs, serious views, extensibilities, and technical, innovations. So in general, like beyond SAP S4HANA, SAP Developer Centers hosts a lot of content, including tutorials, trails, and all these things. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss about the data migration objects as well. Keep moving, keep learning. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Have a great day ahead.